Hi everyone, Patrick here. Welcome to monthly project number 58, and this one is going to be Grand Theft Auto themed. So it's one of my absolute favorite franchises. I've been doing Grand Theft Auto fan art since way back in about 2005. GTA 3, Vice City, loved Vice City, San Andreas, all of them, GTA 4, 5. I can't stop. I've just always been doing fan art on this kind of thing, and Grand Theft Auto has a certain theme as well with their art, on the box art, also their loading screens. They have a style, Rockstar Games, with GTA. So I thought it would make a really cool challenge to try and see maybe people could try and match the style. Have a bit of fun with that, and let's see what everyone's done. My art community on my Patreon has gone away for the month and done some cool artwork. So let's have a look. I'm going to give some feedback here and there wherever I see it. And let's check it out. Alright, first up we have Patrick De Thomas. This is really cool. So this is some GTA 6 fan art. We've got Lucia here and Jason, the new, the duo. It's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde theme with the new game. They're like a romantic couple, but they rob banks and do a bit of crime, that kind of stuff, escape the police. But this is looking really good. I like your rendering style always amazes me. I just really like it. You got this bit of a sheen to it. It's almost a realism in some parts, but I love that you've got the it definitely has the GTA artwork kind of vibe to it, and you achieved that by giving it bold black outlines, and then the rendering and the colors kind of pop more. You can see that now, like it really does look a bit more like the GTA style. I like that. I like the poses, and the whole setup here is very cool. The way they're kind of gripping each other. If you would like some feedback, I think everything's a little bit too front on, a bit too perfectly straight. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it could make a good poster, but still it's just not dynamic enough. Now the way you could do that, imagine if, I'll use this 3D model as an example, but yeah, just your setup at the moment is probably more like this. But yeah, try and think of it more like a movie piece, like or more of an interesting place, maybe like a slightly lower angle, zoomed in a little bit more even, and like that kind of thing. Do you see how more dramatic that is? So just as a quick example, I've used that 3D model and I've placed it on a 3D car as well. You can see how now the car's got perspective, it's at a different angle, thinking of it like a movie scene almost. Then I'll just fade the guy down a little bit, but you can see what I mean. Imagine if there was a girl and the guy on top at this angle, drawn completely different. It just makes it more interesting in a way. And with the palm trees now, they also have now got perspective in them flowing up into the sky. It really sells the idea that we're looking from a low angle up. So yeah, just that kind of thing and that kind of thought process in the original setup would have really made this piece extra. Do you know what I mean? So that's all I thought I'd say about that one. Otherwise, I really love the art style itself. And it doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just trying to tell you how maybe it could be improved and really, to make it the best piece it could possibly be. All right, next up is Cyril. And you've done, I think you mentioned this was a self-portrait of yourself. This is cool. I like the idea of this, and I can see the GTA style there clearly. And here's a bit of a time lapse of you, creating this and coming up with the whole setup. You've done a really good job overall. I especially love the light source hitting the side of your face like that, and just in general, the entire art style, like the bold black outlines that they do. It reminds me of San Andreas a lot, kind of mixed with GTA 5's art theme as well, because they're kind of pretty different. But your cell shading looks really cool. Yeah, I think this is great. I really like the execution in the facial features, that kind of thing. and the softness of that backdrop really helps you pop, and I just love that, especially the little tinge just next to the rim light there. Makes it seem warm, like it's, you've really thought about that kind of stuff. Yeah, very professional. I like this. I think it's great. Top work there, Cyril. All right, next is Mike. I like this. This is cool. You got Jason and Lucia again. You've got a really nice softness to this overall. There's a slight glow to it. It's really giving off that Vice City vibe, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like a slight blur or glossness to it. Like you've still got the sharpness of the art, but it's just a bit of a glare over it. I really like the way that works. Really, really cool. The stylization to this is just brilliant. I really like what you've done. Yeah, nice work. Okay, if I had to give you any feedback, I think that it's not too much. I think that, like, if you finish drawing the inside of their ears, that's one thing that slightly is bothering. It could be a style of yours that you want to stick with, and you know how people have like caricature versions, like it's a style choice. That's cool. But personally, I like seeing a little bit more detail in the inner ear, just like if it's like the dark hole or like a little bit of detail around the inside workings of the ear. That'd be cool. I like this. I think his lip maybe could go just slightly lower, like the actual, the gap there, and leave room for shading in the top of lip more. I like that. His nose is just slightly too red or darkened for me, just slightly. Like it, you know what I mean? Like it's if someone has a cold, or like, it's like a really red nose, so it's just slightly too red for me. When it comes to machine guns and things, I like what you've done here, but I think this kind of thing, since the gun is supposed to be black, I would really add some spot black shading in there. And what I mean is like really dense dark shading. Same with this artist here. See how the gun is detailed with a lot of dark black. Now that's a really good way to go. Same here, like just straight up, just big solid amounts of black through the gun to really like make it bolder and stand out more. Like here, the whole side of the gun is pretty much black with just little light parts erased out for a little bit of detail. I would recommend that kind of thing to really, just make it all held together a little more, because it's coming across a little soft and grey, too much greyness. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and same with this gun here, just heavy black shading, like full on, structure through the gun would really top those off. Apart from that, I'm really having a hard time finding any more. Just details like in the watch. Since there's not too much to go off, you know what I mean? I would definitely put, if a watch is a feature, spend time doing the detail in it, that kind of thing. Seams in the pants, maybe just slightly thicker, like through the pocket, but that's really, really minor things I'm trying to pick out here. Only other thing is probably, again, very minor, but the material and the way it folds is just slightly a little too saggy for me, like it drips down, whereas you want it to kind of fit to the form of the body a little more, and like it's wrapped and wrinkled, and like it's worth studying a little bit more in how wrinkles and that kind of rest on the body, and it's a very tricky thing to study too. It takes a little bit of time. I struggle with that personally myself too, and that's one of those areas, but it's worth it. Trust me, it's really worth trying to work out how all that works. I'm not saying this is wrong or bad, it's just it could be better in the way it fits the body. But that's really about it. I like everything else. I love how you've got slightly a lower angle looking up, a bit of perspective. This shoulder should probably be dropped just a little bit to match the perspective, but yeah, I really like it. Awesome work there, Mike. All right, next up, we've got Jan. You've done this amazing piece here. Have a look. I really like this. This super GTA style themed one. The way you've done this is spot on. You could swear this was like a loading screen thing, like a professional, like done officially. It looks really good. I love the ocean view hotel big showcase of that. Even the people. This is brilliant. The way you've done everyone in the back there. The building, like the lightness and the softness of the buildings is just, yeah, everything is just done so well. Have a look at this. Oh, that's cool. Hang on. Speedrun. I like the little Weasel News. I just like seeing stuff like that. I could look at this all day. But yeah, the drawing alone is top notch. The rendering is beautiful, beautifully done. I especially love that I can zoom into this cocktail and get lost in it. Like, it looks really good and it still has that style to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just got so much nice detail to it. This is beautiful. I've got literally no changes to this. I couldn't give you any feedback if I tried. Is that a bobcat in the bushes? I just noticed that. That's great. Yeah, I really am struggling on this one to give any feedback. So, yeah, I'm just going to say well done. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Awesome. All right, Andrew O. You've done John Wick in the theme of GTA here. That's a really creative kind of idea there, using the GTA theme and the art style of that, which is the, project itself. I know that we were doing GTA, but it works as, I didn't really think of it like that, to be honest, but I love that you've chosen to do a GTA style cover for this. Very cool, and you can tell you've had a lot of fun with this. I love how you've got a bit of scenery in there mixed in with some face, profiles. Even the dog. I love that. And so, yeah, the world of John Wick. Yeah, this is really cool. If I had to give any feedback, I think it would be the way the text is done is probably one of the first things that gets me. I think if you had the really small and it was just like the was like this small, and then it was like world, and then of was small, and then John Wick really big. So it's really the only big words could be world John Wick. These don't need to be big. You could have them small. Stuff like that, like a bit of design, play around with the wording design. The only other part is probably just slightly in the drawing of some of the faces. A little more structure throughout, like here, if we had some dark structure outlines around maybe the structure of the nose a little more, thicker eyebrows, or just a little more. I think it just needs a bit more confidence around the eyes. Maybe when you get to eyelashes, that go darker, thicker on the top eyelash, and then lighter on the bottom. You'll get a very well structured eye that way. Like, it'll really be held together a lot better and look more appealing. And yeah, just more like darker lines under, where it belongs, kind of thing. Just, yeah, a little more finesse, I think, in the outlines is what I'm trying to say. And that would really pull it all together a lot more. But apart from that, I do like your rendering style. I think that's good. I think it's good. Here, this one here is just slightly off. I feel like it's too light or pale or something. The colors are just slightly off on this one. I like the rest. But yeah, likenesses are there. I like the likenesses. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really good job. I think the only other thing I can think of, and GTA do this really well, is mix up. They tend to have different colors for each panel. So if that was a green tinge, then there'd be an orangey one, blue, purple, red. All of them would be very mixed up. But here, I'm getting a lot of blue, slightly purple. They're all very much the same tone. You're still getting more purple through here. So it's just too much of the same tone throughout. I would have mixed it up a little bit more. And especially with John Wick, they've got, nightclub scenes. There's lots of different coloured lights and stuff. You could really play up on that. Anyway, I love that. Great work. Really good job. All right, last submission here. And this is cool. I like the idea. This is something that I'm looking forward to in the game as well. And this is, when the police, they apparently I heard that, if you're robbing like a shop or something like that, or a cafe, they won't just storm in like mindless NPCs. They'll actually wait outside and plan it, and like wait at their cars with their guns drawn and call you out over the speakers, and like it's like a real heist kind of, or a that kind of thing, like a hold up. You can actually do that now, I think. I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, I do like this. I really like the way, like the scene. I like the idea of it. I think everything's really good. The thing, if I had some feedback, definitely would be just in the drawing. I think like Jason doesn't really look like Jason. He's a little bit more of a skinnier, a little too small in stature kind of guy. He's supposed to be pretty beefy, pretty big guy, and he needs some stubble, that kind of stuff. She does look a bit more like her in the, but I think it's with the line work. Maybe we just need to a little more refining and a little more finesse around some of the line work. A little bolder around the outsides maybe, and thinner in the inside details. More structure in the nose would help there, and the ear. A little bit more work on the ear, more like smoothed out around the back of it maybe, more mass, and then a little more focus on the inside of the detail in the ear. And you know, things like irises in the eyes and things could probably help a lot, whether that's a style choice or not. Details in the gun, things like that. Like, because everything here, I love the composition, the angle. You've got a slight angle to it, which adds drama. A low tilt, you know, more drama. So that's really 2 pluses there. You've got a really cool setup, helicopters in the sky. You can tell it's Vice City. So this is really cool. Really nice setup and composition. The only thing is really just you'd need to refine your drawing and the line work itself. I do like the rendering though, and the colors. So if you just tightened up that other stuff, it'd be solid. It'd be really good. Yeah, great work. Awesome. And that is it for this monthly project already. Not too many submissions this month. Absolutely great to see all of these, and thanks everyone who submitted. I'm super excited myself, and I'm actually working on some GTA fan art, you know, as I speak, and I can't wait to get that one out before the game comes out. I'm probably going to do a few because I just can't stop. I love doing it. I'm so excited for the game. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Also, if you are new to these monthly projects and you'd like to join in, if you're an artist or you know you want to have some practice, I set out new themes every month, and they're designed to, you know, help you get motivated. And there's a community here, art community. We have Discord, and you can all communicate. I try to give feedback where I can, and yeah, I'm always trying to put out new videos every fortnight. So jump on board, sign up, have a bit of a go. It's really a lot of fun, and you'll learn a lot. So you can head over to patreon.com/Patrick Brown for that. But yeah, otherwise I will see you in the next video.